Let's talk about how to open sessions. There's several different ways of approaching this. The easiest way is simply double-clicking on a session to open. We can just simply go into our drive, find the session, and double-click on the .ptf file. This will launch Pro Tools. It takes a little while. This particular dialog box is just telling us that the allocation of this original session was on a separate drive or a separate system. You may look at this as a nag window for most sessions. You can simply just click on No, but if you do want a detailed report, you can store this on a drive so that you can look at the original location of when the drive was recorded. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and ignore this. So that's one way of opening. The second is just simply doing a file open. So let's close this session right now. I'm going to go ahead and close it and not save. If we do a file open, which would be Command O, we can launch the session and double click on it right there as well and get the same dialog box. We can also do Command O within the application when it's running to launch other sessions. This will ask us to save the session you're currently in before moving into the new session. Now, let's close this session down and let's see what happened when we try to open a session from the CD. We have a very unique, interesting situation here. I'm using the Pro Tools 8 CD that came with the book. If we go into the first chapter session and we open up the session, we have a unique problem that happens. It says the session is saved on a volume set to transfer only. If permitted, set the volume in question to P for playback or R for record. This is where we start getting into the workspace browser, and we will discuss this in further detail. But the good news is we can simply hit OK, and it's going to ask us what type of parameters we want to save this new session as so that we can store it on a separate audio drive. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the same settings, and I'm going to copy all my audio files with it, and hit OK. And we are going to store this on my audio drive. So I'll simply go in and relabel this. Let's just call this Chapter 1, Session .1. Hit Save. And all the data will be copied to this new location. Notice that the files are gray initially, because what's happening is Pro Tools is copying the data to this new volume for playback and record. Once everything has been brought in, you can run this session just like normal. So this is very useful when you're working with external hard drives or volumes that are set to playback or transfer only, as well as CDs or DVDs. Now let's talk about the workspace browser. Underneath the Windows menu, you have what's called a workspace. That's Option, semicolon. When you go into the workspace browser, this allows you to search for sessions immediately. I find this probably the best way to find sessions in Pro Tools. When you're working for a client, you're going to find yourself maybe not knowing exactly where all their sessions are, but if they give you the title of the song or the session, you can very easily just search for it. So let's go into the, I'm going to go right into the Zoom. And we're going to go right in and hold down the Option key to depress all of these drives. I only want to look on my audio drive right now. So I can go in here and type in Session 1, for example. Hit Return. And there you can see that I have several sessions that have been created, even the Session 1.1 that was just made. So I can go ahead and double click on that session or the session here to work on that. It says I have incomplete tasks. Let's not worry about that for now. So to quickly review, take advantage of these different methods, doing the double click on the session file, opening a session file by simply Command O. You can also open the session file within the session. You can also open sessions from incompatible drives that are set to transfer only.